Hey everybody, welcome to my Suburban Oasis. My name's Soleil and I garden in mid-Michigan in a Zone 5B. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has sent me well wishes and all of your positive thoughts about healing when I shared with you about the issues that I'm having with my knee. Just as an update, I am going to be having surgery. It will probably happen on March 14th and there will be a recovery period after that that's fairly significant. But I will try. I can't make any promises, but I will try to record some videos before that so we can have some while I'm recovering. So, all right, let's get into today's video. Today's video is going to be all about some seed hauls that I did. I just got some seeds in the mail, so I'm really excited to show you what I got. I have some seed updates that I want to give you, and I also want to check on my Dahlia tubers and my elephant ear corms that I tried to save over the winter. So we'll check those out and see whether it was a success or a super failure because I haven't done it before, so it'll be fun to check on those. All right, so the first order of seeds that I got in this year were from Burpee, and I got lemon balm. It has 700 seeds in it, you guys. That is a ton. So those are perennial, and they are perennial in zones 4 to 10, and it grows kind of a little bit like mint. So I want to make sure that when I seed this and I pot it up, that I keep it in a pot so that I don't get any runners. I don't know how invasive it is or could be. I just know that mint tends to take over in my area. So if you've grown lemon balm before, please let me know in the comments below a little bit about what your experience has been and whether it stayed in bounds and in check or if you've had to kind of rein it in. I also got some lettuce through this order. So I got my little gem lettuce and I got my all-season romaine blend, and I got 3,000 seeds. So one of the things that I'm excited about with the all-season romaine blend is that it has different types of romaine lettuce in it that will germinate and grow at different rates. So that way it will kind of be like natural succession planting, but I will also probably try to sow them every 2 weeks so that I can continue to get additional lettuce throughout the year. And quick, fun, crazy fact, you guys, I wish that it was daylight out. Right now it's nighttime and that I could walk really easily, but I would take you outside to show you that my lettuce is still growing underneath those row covers that I got from Gardener Supply. So that's pretty amazing that they have wintered over so far. I also got some kale. I got the lacinato or lacinato, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right or not, and the red Russian. Those are both heirloom type kales, so those are good cool season crops, excellent for winter sowing or even just getting started indoors right now to plan out soon. And then I got some strawberry blind marigolds. I showed you guys the picture of these. They're so cute, and I'm really looking forward to growing those, but those are a little bit warmer weather. So I'm going to wait a bit before I sow those. And then I got my Madame Marmande hybrid tomatoes, and those should be really good. But I have to think a little bit more about the timing of my seeds. So like if you're going on vacation or if you have an injury like me and you need to think a little bit about where you're going to be and when you're going to be available, seedlings take a little bit more attention than regular plants do. So I've got to think a little bit about the timing of when I actually plant these and how much attention they're going to require of me before I get them planted. So I'm still kind of going through my plan because I have just a ton of seeds. So this is super cute. This is the Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds package. Isn't that pretty? It's almost worth cutting out and framing, I feel like. It's such a pretty picture of Chinese pink celery. I wonder if that grows here. I don't know. But let me show you what I got from there. So that was a whole bunch of vegetables, but I also have a bunch of flowers here. So I'm going to get started really soon on planting these violas and pansies. Aren't these pretty? So I have the viola wine layetta. This one is a perennial in zones 4 through 9. They are really short-lived, most violas or pansies, but sometimes they will also self-seed, so that's really nice. And that one actually has like 50 seeds in it, I think. No, 30 seeds. And then this is the Brushstrokes Viola Pansy. And so I think that must be like a mix. Anyways, it's a really good time to get those started. And then I have Floral Days Morning Dew. Aren't those pretty? And my favorite probably is this Antique Layetta Viola. Isn't that beautiful? So these are also perennial in zones 4 to 9. And it says to start the seeds indoor 8 to 12 weeks before the last frost. So that's like now. I want to make sure that I get those going. And because they all have so many seeds, I might sow some indoors and then try some in winter sowing. So I do need to do some more winter sowing as well. And then I did get another flower here, Gomphrena. This one is called Salmon Pastel Gomphrena, and this is annual. It's about 2 to 3 feet tall, and I just really liked the color of this one. So I'm going to try that out. I've never grown this from seed. And then I need to get this one going as well. This is the Black Prince Snapdragon. Isn't that pretty? That's also an annual. And right now will be a good time to get those started. So I will have some seeds that are going, but you know, I can always do a video call with my husband and send him down the stairs to let him know which ones need water, and he can show me pictures of them. So I'm trying to figure out ways to keep gardening even when I have some issues with getting around. And I hope that it helps to inspire some other people who may be out there with some limitations to become creative and enjoy gardening, because there's lots of ways to do it anyhow. So I got some other kale. This is more ornamental kale. This is scarlet kale, and this one also is an annual, but I love the color of that. And then this one is the Japanese flowering kale, which is really pretty. Again, another annual, and I'm probably gonna actually wait to sow these until summertime so that they're ready for some fall planting. So I'm just gonna hang on to those, but I wanted to include them in my order. And then I really enjoyed growing onions last year. I did the candy hybrid onions, and so I got 2 others. This is yellow sweet Spanish onion and the yellow of Parma onion. And these I also want to get started really soon here. This one is 8 to 12 weeks in advance. They both are, but this one also stores pretty well. So that was an important factor in me ordering that kind, because I really did enjoy the long storage time. And then just for fun, they threw in some tomato seeds. This is Thorburns Terracotta Tomato. It was introduced in 1893 by James Thorburn of New York, and this one was just for free based on my order. So I thought that was pretty cool. So tons of seeds to get sowing. I'm really excited about getting them going and seeing some germinate. Let's go take a look at the progress of the seeds that I have sown so far, and then we'll check on the Dahlia tubers and the elephant ear corms. So you can see here that I have some additional containers that I've got sitting waiting for my winter sowing. And again, you can just use just about anything. This is some Zuppa Toscana, and it's tall enough for some taller seeds. And then this is just a spring mix salad container that I'm going to use. All right. Over here in my growing area, in this one I planted some penstemon and some calicarpa or beautyberry bush seeds. And you probably can't see very well, but I do have quite a few penstemon seeds that are starting to germinate, so I'm very excited about that. Nothing on the side yet with the calicarpa, but I think if those do germinate, because those were seeds that I collected as well, I think those will take a bit longer. But I'm very excited to have more penstemon. Those are an annual or a perennial in my area and just bloom very much throughout the summer. And here I planted some Sunseeker coneflower. This is just a seed that I collected from my yard. Last year I tried this doing winter sowing and was unsuccessful. So we'll see if it grows here. Again, you can have a much lower germination rate on things that you collect yourself, and also some hybrid type flowers that have been created often don't produce very viable seeds, so that may be an issue with this one as well. Okay, and down here I have some Marvelous Marbles. This is supposed to be heuchera, but it doesn't appear to have started germinating yet, so we'll see how that goes. This right here is a mixture of coleus, and you probably can't tell because they are so teeny tiny, but those are also starting to really pop up. Maybe you can see some of the little green specks in there, but that's so exciting. It's really amazing when you grow things from seed and you get that first little pop of green to know that your germination is being successful. So right now I'm just keeping the humidity domes on until those become a little bit bigger of seedlings and they start to grow some of their leaves above the soil level. Okay, it doesn't look like much, but we're here in the super secret closet where it's extra cold and the heat doesn't really get in here very well. So this is where I have stored my elephant ears and dahlia tubers. So we'll pull these out. They are in a crate that I got when I ordered some flower bulbs from Color Blends last fall. So it worked out really well for a storage. Now again, this is my first time doing this, so I just tried to get the soil off and packed them up and have left them to dry out. And I think that they feel okay. They look okay. This is one of the coffee cups elephant ears. So it will be interesting to see if they're too dried out. I have not come in here and done any real misting or anything to try to keep them moist. And here we have another one of the elephant ears. I think it looks pretty good though, you guys. Right? That one I think is just one of the regular elephant ears and not one of the coffee cups. Let's see, I have one other coffee cups one. Let's take a look at that. So that's what that one looks like. Feels nice and dried up. Doesn't look moldy or anything, so that's good. I think in a few weeks I will, maybe after my surgery, I'll pot those up so that I can get them kind of woken up in time for the spring. I think there's one other one down in here. This one's pretty small. Still feels pretty good. So hopefully that one's good too. Alright, so I just used some materials that I had around the house, including a Meyer grocery bag to kind of cover them up and keep the light out. And then I wanted to separate out some of the dahlia tubers, and I put them into this bulb bag. And they are looking really dry, some of them. Whew, look at that. It is all like desiccated. I don't know if that will come back or not. This one looks kind of okay. I mean, they feel hard. Let's see about this one. So I just have some like sawdust from, I don't know, hamster cage mix that we had at our house because my son has a hamster. This one feels solid. It does look also like it could use some moisture. So I think what I'm going to do is, before I close this up again, is I'm going to get out my spray bottle and just mist them a little bit. Let's go do that. Okay, so this is a spray bottle that is rechargeable that I got off Amazon, and it says Tovia on it, and I love it. I use it all the time for getting the seeds started and for misting things like ferns and that kind of thing. So we're just gonna give these guys a good spray. All of them. I was much more concerned about them getting moldy or like rotting out than I was about them drying out. But I think at this point they could use a little bit of moisture, so maybe just a skosh more on that one in the back there that's just like so dry. I don't know. It will be interesting to see what happens here with these. I really am not sure what to expect. I mean, this one looks pretty good too. Yeah, so I think some of them have done all right. I'm not going to throw any of them out because they don't have any, you know, mold or anything like that on them. So we're just going to leave them in here and cover them back up again. Like I said, in a few weeks, you know, after I get a little bit more rehabilitated from my surgery, we'll put those in a pot and get them going for the summer. My geraniums are doing pretty good. I just wanted to show you those before we said goodbye because they are blooming, and it's so fun to see blooms indoors in the end of February. It just doesn't happen very much this time of year. And the funniest thing is the alyssum is actually coming around to the back and blooming. Isn't that pretty? Alright, well thanks you guys for joining me today, and again thank you so much for your well wishes. I really do appreciate it. You guys are all really kind, and I'm super appreciative of the community here on YouTube and how nice people are to one another in the plant community. So I hope it stays that way. Well, I hope you guys are having fun getting some seeds started yourself. Share with me how you're coming along on your journey right now. And hopefully we'll have some spring soon. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time. Bye!